Have you been thinking about getting an electric bike or an electric scooter? But a scooter, you're thinking, I don't know about all that standing up stuff. And with a bike, maybe you're thinking it's just too big, too much, right? But whatever you get, you want to make sure that it has enough storage on that thing, baskets and that type of thing, in order to be an effective commuter, pick up your groceries, or maybe even bring your dog along for the ride. Well, I've got a possible solution for you that with Black Friday specials is only $379.99 shipped. This one comes from a company called Gyroor, or is it Gyroor? Either way, this is the C1S 500 watt electric scooter. Welcome back, I'm Tony, and yeah, all of what I just said, this is an electric scooter, at least that's what it's classified as, but it's a sit-down electric scooter. I mean, I suppose you could stand on it. The handlebars fold and all that stuff, but this thing has not only a basket on the back to carry your groceries, your books, or whatever, but it's got a big, huge basket that sits right between your legs, well, on the deck of the scooter itself. Neither one of those baskets are permanent, so if you want to take them both off or have them both on there, great, but I see no reason why not to have it. And when you do have the basket on the deck of it, you actually get some little foot pegs on there, so it's pretty cool. Well, let's look at the specs real quick. Like I said, it's a 550 watt electric scooter, only weighs 48.5 pounds. Normally $499, they've got it listed at $423.60, but with a Black Friday sale, which is applied automatically in your cart, you'll get it for $379.99. Taxes included with this and free shipping as well. They're saying that you'll get it within 2 to 5 business days. That's how fast I got it, so I'm gonna say that's correct. It has a 1-year warranty, 30-day return, free shipping, and as they say on here, 95% of the assembly has already been completed. You only need to complete the remaining simple assembly and you can ride. That is true. This one's more assembled than most of them that I get. The only thing I had to do was put on that back basket, put in the steering column there, and also the seat. Other than that, it was removing a lot of zip ties. You'll see it here in just a second. We're gonna do a lightning unboxing and assembly, then we're gonna do a little bit of ride and talk, and then we'll come back and give you my final impressions. They say that it has a 550 watt motor and long-lasting battery. Travels up to 20 miles at speeds of up to 18.6 miles per hour. And that is a legit statement of the speed. A comfortable ride with a soft, breathable seat, ensuring fatigue-free travel even on long-distance journeys. This seat on this thing is the biggest and fattest seat that I've seen, and it does not have shocks on it, but with the seat and the pneumatic wheels, you barely feel any bumps. 12-inch pneumatic tires, and max load on it is 265 pounds. Now I'm just gonna say I'm 195 pounds, and that does affect the ride, especially going up hills and stuff, as you'll see. When they test these things, typically they test them with a 165 pound rider in perfect conditions, no hills, no wind, and all that kind of stuff. So your mileage may vary. Just that's with any one of these things. And of course, safety is important. It does have a headlight and a tail light, and the tail light, when you use the brake lever, it actually makes that blink. So let's go ahead and do that lightning unboxing, do a little ride and talk, come back, give you the final impressions. All right, so here we are. This is actually my first ride on this, and we're going to take it for a good long ride just to see how it all does. So all we got to do is push this button to turn it on, and it is ready to go, as you see there. And on the display, we're in speed mode. That was 3, 1, 2, and 3. I'll hit this twice. Go ahead and turn on the headlights. Why not? Just to see how battery does on that. And we'll start off on speed 1, right? So of course you've got your left and right brakes up here. We've got that. Oh, this is loose. Let me go ahead and go tighten that up real quick. Okay, went ahead and tightened it up. There's just one little bolt that's underneath here that had to be tightened up. This was also loose. I guess I just didn't realize that was loose. So we're all ready to go. Got it in the first gear and the headlights are turned on. Go ahead and flip out these pegs down here. Got disc brakes on front and back. It's kind of nice. You can see your feet just sit right on these pegs right there like that. Now, as far as suspension, this does not have any suspension on it. There's no shocks front or back, but it does have pneumatic wheels on there, and they're bigger wheels. So we'll see how well that absorbs the shock. Now, on this one, there's usually like a throttle, like a little thumb trigger type thing on here. You just turn that, and that's what makes it go. Okay, so it's a lot more like a motorcycle. The grips feel really good. Got nice grips on here. And then, of course, you just twist it. Let's go. And this comes already with miles per hour. So it looks like we're about 13 miles per hour in the first speed. Let's check these brakes here. Front and back brakes working real good. You might get a little bit of scraping from brakes of any kind in the beginning. Let's do this real quick. I'm going to go ahead and hit that one more time. And one more time. Now we're in third gear. Now let's try it on some grass. Yeah, not too bad. Okay, now we're getting into a little bit of a hill right here. Oh, will it make it? Oh. Look, not too many scooters can take that little grassy hill right there with no problem. So I'd say that did pretty darn good. Let's take this down to second speed. It's got a good little bit of kick on second speed, so let's go ahead and gun it on this straightaway. Hi, Gunner! Oh, we got 15.8 miles per hour there, 15.8, which is not too terribly bad in second speed. And you saw that I took that speed bump with no problem. All right, before we can test third, I'm going to go ahead and put it in third. We don't really have much of a straightaway here without a hill, but there's, I guess, a little bit of a hill here. We could probably still be able to do that. So even on an incline, not a very deep or steep incline, I was still able to get over 18 miles per hour. So that is not too bad. Now, here's a long hill. I'm in third speed. So my recommendation is at 195 pounds, if you're going to be taking a hill like this, third speed, full throttle, or maybe get a little bit of a running start at it. Not too bad once we get up to the top. You know, I gotta say, I wasn't sure how this would do without having actual, like, you know, shock suspension on it, but it's doing really well. All right, so we're in third speed now, and this is pretty flat. Yeah, it's very comfortable to ride. I don't feel like the lack of shocks on here is bad at all. Oh, there we go. Your speed, 18 miles per hour. So that was 18 miles per hour as judged by a radar, so not too bad. Yeah, I really wouldn't say this is made for, being a speed demon or anything like that, especially since, they're encouraging you to put your dog in there. But I think it rides really well. Does a great job. And I'm pretty impressed. I really like the fact that it's got that big basket on the back and right here between your legs. So that is very, very helpful whether you have a dog or not. Our grocery store is actually pretty close, so I could ride down there and pick up my groceries and bring them on home. All right, so if we look at the screen, your battery meter is over here. I've already used 1 bar of it, and I've only gone 2 miles. So I didn't charge it, so maybe it wasn't fully charged before I left. But also right here, you'll see that that's actually trip. If you hold down that button, it switches to your voltage and your odometer. So there's actually 2 miles on this so far. And back to your trip. And really, this thing, it's a nice compact little ride. Yep, you just put your feet right there in them pegs and away we go. I don't really know if having the twist accelerator or throttle is better than having a thumb throttle. At least with a thumb throttle, I know what I've got to do, right? With this one, kind of got to get your position on the throttle and then get your hand on the grip. Okay, this hill that we're coming up to is something that I would run into regularly if I was using this as a commuter or even to go down to the grocery store. So let's see how it does. It starts out pretty mellow, but it gets pretty steep up here at the top. And even electric bikes have had a hard time getting up this one sometimes. Not too bad. Oh, okay. Well, will we have to stop? That is my question. Okay, I didn't have to stop. If it was any longer, I probably would have. So it might not exactly be a powerhouse on hills. But then again, you got to remember that I'm a 195-pound rider. And yeah, that's always going to factor into it. If you're a little bit lighter than that, you wouldn't have anything to worry about. All right, we're going to duck into this neighborhood here. I got to tell you, the brakes actually are very good. Normally we get a lot of squeaking and stuff off of fresh brand new disc brakes, but this is not doing bad at all. All right, gonna pick up some speed. This is a bigger hill right here, so let's see how it does. I mean, no, it's respectable. All right, let's see what happens if you have to commute in some sand and gravel. Hey, it's doing all right. Yeah. It can do it. Not too bad at all. Now let's see how it does starting on that stuff. All right. Now, I don't know if it's because of the pneumatic wheels, the tires on here, or the fact that this seat is like a super, super thick, comfy seat. But not having suspension on this hasn't been an issue at all. I mean, it's a very comfortable ride. I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised when they contacted me and said, well, do you have a dog? And would your dog ride in there? My dog will not ride in there. I did get him to get into the basket a couple of times. He's like, oh, he's shaking, and Some dogs are totally into that. Some dogs totally not into that. Mine was not into it. But you know, they have as accessories a little pad that you can put on there. And I think there's like some kind of a little seatbelt type thing that you can put on them. My dog is 18 pounds and he filled that basket pretty good. So any bigger than that may not be able to fit in there. At least not fit all the way inside of the basket. You know what I mean? It might be hanging out of the basket a little bit. Hey, if you're okay with it, I'm okay with it. Came with all the tools you'll need. Now, you might use your own tools, but when I do these, I like to use the tools that came with it to make sure that you can fully assemble it with just what they send you, and you can. I live in a condo, so space is a premium, and the size of this is real good for that because you can fold down the handlebars and it slides away real quick. But it's also supposed to fit inside your car trunk. I don't know about all that, but it will fit in the back of my truck. Is this scooter an 800-watt beast that you're going to be taking on the freeway at 50 miles an hour? No, it is not that at all. But for what it is, I think it's really good, especially when you start looking at the price, because when you look at scooters, man, it's difficult to find something at a good price that has all the features you're looking for. This one, they listed at $499, then they have it for $423.60 is the markdown on it. And then of course, the Black Friday sale, you can get it for only $379.99. That is tax included, free shipping, getting it in 2 to 5 business days. So yes, that's $380 out the door, shipped to your door. That's a pretty darn good deal. So that is the Gyroor C1S 500-watt electric scooter with removable front and back basket. And I want to thank you so much for your support here on the channel. Likes, comments, shares, subscriptions always very important to my channel. So if you like what you see, hit the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, there's a red subscribe button down there and a notification bell. If you click both of those, you get notifications when I upload new videos. There's also a thanks button down below this video. If you're so inclined, want to toss a couple bucks my way, that's great. It is not inexpensive to run these channels, so every penny counts. But what really counts is you being here watching this video, so I really do appreciate that. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. We'll catch you next time on the Vapor Trail channel.